paid in full with a glass of milk. A poor boy named Howard Kelly was selling goods door to door to pay his way through school. After a full day of working hard, he figured he had only a little bit of change left, but too little to get some food. Like many days before, he had been hungry for the most part of the day. He hoped to make at least some sales to get enough money for food and to put some money on the side for his tuition fee next year. After going through some scenarios in his mind, he was hoping for some kindness from the people living in the next house where he decided to ask for a meal. As he approached the door and rang the bell, he was determined to not only ask for food, but to make a sale at the end. However, he lost his nerve when a lovely young woman opened the door. So instead of a meal, he asked for a glass of water. The woman remembered seeing this young boy many times, working hard, going up and down the streets, knocking on doors. Almost everyone in the neighborhood knew his story, and that many times, instead of selling to people, he helped them with their chores. She thought he looked hungry, so she brought him a large glass of milk instead of water. The boy drank it slowly and then asked how much he owes. "You don't owe me anything," she replied. "I know you helped many people in our neighborhood." Mother has taught us that kindness is repaid with kindness. You could see a bit of relief and happiness as he replied, "Then I thank you from my heart." Right there and then, Howard felt stronger and more confident as he found some hope in the kind actions of the young woman. He continued on with his work, feeling recharged by a mere smile, some words, and a full glass of milk. Years later, that young woman became critically ill. The local doctors were baffled. They finally sent her to the big city, where they called in specialists to study her rare disease. Dr. Howard Kelly was called in for the consultation. When he heard the name of the town she came from, a strange light filled his eyes. Immediately, he rose and went down the hall of the hospital to her room. Dressed in his doctor's gown, he went in to see her. He recognized her at once and remembered the kindness she showed him that day and how much that helped him. He went back to the consultation room, determined to do his best to save her life. From that day, he gave special attention to the case. After a long struggle, the battle was won. Dr. Howard requested the business office to pass the final bill to him for approval. He looked at it, then wrote something on the edge, and the bill was sent to her room. She feared to open it, for she was sure it would take the rest of her life to pay for it all. Finally, she looked, and something caught her attention on the side of the bill. She began to read the following words: "Paid in full with 1 glass of milk. Signed, Dr. Howard Kelly." Paid in Full, a mother and son story. A little boy came up to his mother in the kitchen one evening while she was fixing supper. And he handed her a piece of paper that he had been writing on. After his mom dried her hands on an apron, she read it, and this is what it said: "For watering the plants, $3. For mopping the floor, $1.50. For going to the store for you, $1. For babysitting my brother, $3. For taking out the trash, $1. For sorting laundry by colors, $2. For washing the dishes, $2. For feeding the dogs, $2. Total owed, $15.50. Well, his mother looked at him. Memories flashed through her mind. She picked up the pen, turned over the paper he had written on, and this is what she wrote: "For 9 months, I carried you while you were growing inside me. No charge. For all the nights that I've sat up with you, carried you in my arms, and prayed for you, no charge. For all the trying times and all the tears that you've caused through the years, no charge. For the toys, food, clothes, and for nurturing you, no charge. Son, when you add it up, the cost of my love is no charge." When the boy finished reading what his mother had written, there were big tears in his eyes, and he looked straight at his mother and said, "Mother, I'm so sorry. I don't mean to hurt you. I love you." And then he took the pen, and in great big letters he wrote, "Paid in full."